DY Card Ladder is the industry leader in sports card data. We know what you want because Card Ladder was created by collectors for collectors. Card Ladder. Join the innovators, not the imitators.
Hey guys, Bryan with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana, and I am once again privileged and humbled to bring the great Josh Adams with 90s Auctions onto the channel. We're going to preview the January 2025 90s auction. We're going to look at a lot of the cards that are in this field of candidates. It ends. Josh, first, welcome to the channel. Remind us when this auction ends before we start to screen share.
It ends this coming Sunday, January 5th, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central. And Bryan, I want to say it's nice to be on here because I get to see what a successful lawyer looks like. So you're an inspiration to us all.
Right. You're wearing a suit. I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt.
I wear a white shirt
head because I don't even get to sit down at the closing table very often anymore. Okay, fair enough, right? And this was a mistake, by the way. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. You're involuntarily bald. I'm voluntarily bald, but I messed up, Josh. I didn't mean to do this. But if you add up all the hair on your head, it's probably more than I have, right? Because you got the thick, lustrous, beautiful hair towards the back.
Oh, yeah. I got the Costanza look. Yeah, right.
By the way, not to get sidetracked, but did you know the Soup Nazi, that's like a real place in New York?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know this. I thought this was a joke.
No, absolutely.
I heard it's awesome.
I'm going there hopefully in January to New York to pick up a car.
Had no idea. Had no idea that was based on a real place. All right, let's get cranking. We got 63 items, Josh. I want everybody watching just to know this is out there. Like Josh said, this is we're talking about a January 5th ending. That is this Sunday. You guys are going to be watching this, Josh. I'm going to let this loose
next Monday.
Wednesday. Yeah, next Monday. Wednesday. I'm going to let it loose Wednesday, right? So it'll be nice and fresh in everybody's minds. If you see cards that are, a lot of these cards, we know they're not going to end where the bidding is now because we know nobody likes to prepare. Like nobody likes to do their homework ahead of time. Nobody likes to study until the night before the exam. Nobody likes to place their bids until the damn hour before the dang auction ends. But if you're like me and you're one of those real thoughtful, logical people and you like to put in a nice conservative, moderate bid 4, 5, 6 days early, this video was going to release on New Year's Day. So happy New Year's to everybody that's watching. And thank you for spending it with me and Josh. Let's get cranking. We got 63 cards, Josh. Let's start at the top. Let's start at the top. We'll do it a little bit backwards. The first card, obviously it's going to stand out to me. The beautiful thing is you got 4 cards, and these are not sorted by value. These are sorted by what you chose as lot number. And it looks like y'all put some thought into the most important ones being, ranked in lot order importance, because the first one is the most important one to me. It's the 1997 Stadium Club first day issue PSA 10. And this is a whale of a card. This is a monster card. If I'm not mistaken, I think the last one sold for damn near 6 figures. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're thinking of one of a kind out of 150.
I'm thinking of one of a kind. Yeah. I'm thinking of one of a kind. Okay, so this is first day issue. Still a really low pop card that we're talking about. This is a hierarchy card right here. It's part of the Cajun Cardboard, Michael Jordan hierarchy. Tell me what we need to know about this card, other than the fact that it's just awesome to look at. Let's click it.
It's the same image as the one of a kind.
Yeah.
Without the glossy or the file stamped one of 150. PSA 10, last one sold, I believe, 2021. So, and as you know, 10s are harder and harder to come by and so popular right now among the collecting community. So that's why we put it as number 1. So hopefully I think it'll get some traction towards the end of the week and then come Sunday.
This one's at $2,700 right now. Just to remind everybody, there's a 17% buyer's premium with 90sauction.com. So a lot of places you'll see 20%. That's kind of the industry standard. 17% for you guys. So save a few bucks on the buyer's premium that way. Next in line, we go basketball, baseball, football, hockey, right? Perfect.
Yes.
4 sports, 4 cards. The next one I recognize, I don't know a damn thing about baseball. Actually, I used to know a lot about baseball. I don't know much about baseball cards, I should say, but I know StarQuest Gold because I collect the Jordan stuff, right? And the Jordan StarQuest Gold's a top 25, top 30 Jordan card in the world in the 90s for sure. And this is the King Griffey Jr. equivalent of that. I know it's impossible to grade these bad boys. This is a PSA 6 StarQuest Gold, serial number to 100.
Number to 100, and I believe the pop on these are much less, in the single digits. I know that when we sold the last PSA 7, it set a record for that card in any grade. So we were happy about that. And hopefully we'll, recreate that again. And we reached out, a lot of people reached out to us after that last sale, wanting us to either privately sell theirs or auction theirs off. And this is one we got. So we're pretty happy about that. But I think it shows that, we are a place to go to if you want to find the rare and hard to find 90s cards. And this is a great example, one of them.
Josh, it's a new label PSA 6, which means if it had gotten graded back in 99, it'd probably been PSA 8, right? So it's a smidgen off center, but other than that, it's like, come on, man. PSA 6 seems really harsh.
And as you know, the foil on those are so hard to keep. And
it looks good.
It looks good. It's more of a bronze hue, whereas the basketball is a little more gold.
Yeah.
So I like, I'm not going to turn either one of them down. They're great.
That's right. That's right. Well, this is one of those buy the card, not the grade kind of deals. Right. I mean, you'll pay for the grade, if it's higher, but it's a buy the card, not the grade deal. Is it safe to say that the most collectible 90s baseball player is Griffey? Is that just clear far and away? Is there no argument to that?
No argument to that. I think, it should be Frank Thomas, but it's definitely, Griffey, but that's okay.
Well, it would be Frank Thomas, but you have them all. So you have all of them. So there's nothing left for anybody else to collect.
That's right. So.
Another card that I recognize, even though it's a football, card where people run around with helmets and pads. I don't know anything about that, but I know PMGs, and I know what this would be a 98 PMG if it was basketball, but in football, it's a 99 PMG, but it's the same mold and same look. This is the Emmitt Smith. It's a PSA 5. Are these, Josh, serial numbered to 50 like the basketball? Yep. They are. There you go.
They sure are. And this was a walk-up at the National. So they came in, they consigned to us at the National. So that was pretty exciting and just shows, that's always the best show to set up at. Yeah.
A lot of people are scared to walk up to your table at the National because John wears sleeveless.
I mean, he's the muscle behind the hustle.
Yeah. They know their cards are safe, but at the same time, you probably don't get as many consignments as you would if you would just put clothes on. You know what I mean? Because they see him and they're like, he scares the hell out of me.
He's the nicest person in the world.
I know.
I just, yes, he is a teddy bear and will talk to you about anything. And he is one of the best partner you could have.
And a great collection as well. And he'll come out of the woodworks with like Shaq cards that I've never even seen in my life.
You got this. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Big time collection. Emmitt Smith is going to do great things. Emmitt Smith, honestly, Josh, in my opinion, Emmitt Smith is like the Tim Duncan of football. Maybe the greatest certainly in the conversation for the greatest running back of all time, but almost underappreciated. It's almost like Tim Duncan is less collected than Vince Carter. Emmitt Smith is less collected sort of than Barry Sanders. At least that's the perspective I get as an outsider. Is that fair? Is he kind of like the unappreciated GOAT?
Absolutely. Like Barry Sanders is, from his same timeline, but his cards go for, a significant premium. I would say he's the second or third best running back behind, Walter is the best, undisputed, I think, but I'm going to get
not because he's from Chicago and you're from Chicago, right?
Unrelated. Totally a coincidence. I mean, guys from Dallas are great too. People from Dallas are good people. So
they're just not the same. They're just not equal, is what you're saying. It's Chicago. they're just not your equal, right? We just lost bidders right there. I'm just kidding. People from Texas,
the prices are going down.
That's right. That's right. Whoop, we just went down a little bit more. It's 800 now. Wayne Gretzky 99 upper deck power deck auxiliary 1/1 PSA 6. I don't have a damn clue what that just said. Tell me about this card. I don't know what auxiliary means. I know what 1/1 means. And I know Gretzky, we don't even have to talk about that. We know where he ranks on the all-time list. Tell me about this card. What am I even looking at here, man?
So it's his first post-playing days card because he retired in 98. So it's a 99. Just a power deck was a set that came out in that year, and auxiliary was one of the levels in terms of what do you call them, parallels. And this is a hand-numbered 1/1. It's
over here. Yeah. It's like barely on the card. It's almost like you're a 9-year-old decided, let's play a prank on them and put the 1/1 on here. But no, Nat Turner said, no, this is the real deal.
I've got my 8-year-old.
This is the real deal.
Yeah. I got my 8-year-old doing 4 more of them in the back. So
that's right. Wait until you see the March auction. We're gonna have 1/1s everywhere. Hand serial numbered 1/1s. Power deck. When I see power deck, I think of basketball, and I think it was those, the Michael Jordans that are kind of die cut in the compact disc with the back. You know what I mean?
Yep. Same thing.
Different product altogether, just completely different.
Not completely different, but they did have certain tweaks to them. So in hockey, they had these auxiliary handwritten 1/1s. There is no Jordan handwritten 1/1 on that one.
Okay. But you'll find the compact disc looking stuff in here too. This one just happens to be perfectly rectangular and not die cut.
Correct.
Got it. Again, ridiculously harsh grade. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with these PSA new labels. These cats are just rough, man. That's a PSA 6. That looks good to me. All right, some cards that we're going to talk about that now I can actually speak relatively intelligently on this topic. I have this card in this exact grade. This is your 98 Skybox Premium 3Ds. This is a big-time Jordan card. This is sort of, it may not have been the very first ever, but it's probably the earliest important cracked ice looking card, right? We saw a little bit of it with the Choice Reserve, Prime Choice Reserve, whatever it's called.
Right.
But this is the cracked ice card that you want, especially if you use illicit drugs like LSD. Like this card will make a lot more sense if you're, dropping, Quaaludes or doing some acid.
Right. I mean, I haven't done that in a while, but it does look that way. And it is the grandfather of the cracked ice stuff that all the young kids are collecting today. So if you want the original thing, or the OG as we call it, this is the way to go. Yeah,
this is touching on your artistic side, right? Yeah. Very artistic card. All the people that like to talk about the aesthetics and the different characteristics and features. Chris McGill maybe would be a person who could write a few paragraphs on that card right there. Then Michael Jordan Upper Deck MVP holograms. Very tough card to gem. Easy card to find.
Right.
Very tough card to gem. This is that holograms number 4, BGS 9.5. We won't spend much more time on that one because I need to win that. Shaquille O'Neal 97. Rockstars Refractor PSA 10. This is a great insert set. Obviously, Rockstars, the top's jagged, die cut like a rock. Jordan's got a refractor in here. Yep. There's also a base version, but the refractor is a much more big time card, much more difficult pack odds. Shaq is what, Josh? The 4th or 5th, let's say 5th or 6th most collected basketball player, maybe in the hobby. Let's go Jordan. Let's go Kobe. Let's go Curry and LeBron in some order. I don't know what order. And then I'm telling you, he's close, man.
Would you put Curry LeBron above Shaq?
I would.
Interesting question. I trust you. I went to my first live basketball game a couple weeks ago.
I would not personally, but I think that is the case. Is what I'm saying. Is that
going on in the collecting community today? So I would say he's 5. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's 5'6". He's there, man. He's there. I'm trying to think of who else would even be in that conversation. I think Shaq's right there.
I mean, Rodman. I don't know if Rodman would fall there. Olajuwon is way underrated in terms of how great he was.
No doubt. Absolutely, unquestionably, there's no doubt that Olajuwon is underrated as far as relevance goes. But that's a huge Shaq card right there. PSA 10, another new label PSA 10. So we're talking about if it's a 10 with this new label on there, it's a damn 10. Trust me.
Right. I mean, George Mikan's up there too. Probably don't forget George Mikan.
Yeah, George Mikan bread trucks. All right, Michael Jordan 98 Upper Deck Choice. This is I want to zoom and kind of scroll through here. So what I want to show you is. These are the Star Quests red, green, and blue from 1998 Upper Deck Choice, and it's Jordan and Kobe. So this is a really cool feature, and I love the fact that it was John's idea. It's not your idea, I know. John's idea to put all these Star Quest cards together so it's really eye-catching. So you go red, blue, green, Jordan, all PSA 9s, red, blue, green, Kobe, all PSA 9s. That's pretty cool. And these are affordable cards. I mean, the Reds are going to end up doing a pretty good number if I had to guess, because PSA 10s of the red, trust me, I know those are really tough to track down. It gets a little easier when you go blue and then easiest when you go green. But PSA 9 is a really good grade in these cards because these are foil as well. Like we looked, Josh, let's go back. There's your Star Quest Gold, right, in baseball. Right. That's the Star Quest Gold. Those are serial numbered to 100. Yep. These are not serial numbered, but they're parallels nonetheless from that 1998 Upper Deck Choice. Foil everywhere, by the way. So
Foil's
tough grade. Right. Tough grade to get a PSA 9 on those cards. This is somebody who was pissed off because he thought he was going to get some PSA 10s. He's like, damn it, forget it. I'm giving them to Josh and John. I'm going to let these guys 90s auctions sell these cards. I'm just pissed off because I thought I had a chance at a 10.
And this was a reach out through Instagram too. That was a consignment. So that's been pretty. It's nice to see that happening. So
yeah, these are good looking cards too, man. These are really good looking cards. Yeah. Right now, let's take a break. Let's when I say take a break, let's talk about not the next card, but I want to remind people if they're interested in bringing some cards your way to you guys on 90sauctions.com. What's the easiest way to communicate and contact you guys? Is it through the website? Is it on Instagram? Is it either? Is it both? You tell me the easiest way people can get in touch with you. So if they've got a question about something they see here, or maybe if they want to consign cards themselves with you guys in your next auction.
So several different ways to get a hold of us. You can go to the website, 90sauctions.com, contact us, email me, Josh at 90sauctions.com. You can Instagram, Facebook, and then you can call us. Our office number is 224-422-2273. And, I'm here and John's here. And those are the three best. One of those ways someone will get back to you very quickly.
You telling me your area code in Chicago is 224?
Oh my God. Yes. It's so messed up in terms of the
northern. You know what mine is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
687.
No, 225.
Really?
That doesn't make any sense.
And no sense at all.
What kind of games are these people playing? It's like
like
we're next door
codes.
neighbors. We're area code neighbors.
Area code neighbors. It's like zip codes. They're meaningless. Right.
Meaningless. And then we got another pairing that I'm going to love right here. It's the 92 Topps Beam team. We talk about the foundational Jordan inserts, the Scoring Kings, the Beam team from 92. You talk about Total D, dynamic dunks, and team leader. This is one of those early Jordan inserts. If somebody was coming into the hobby and said, Josh, I don't know anything about Jordan cards, tell me what 90s Jordan cards I need to look at, this will be on a very, very short list of the first Michael Jordan inserts you got to look at.
Absolutely. I remember ripping these right in Stadium Club in 93 at card shows, trying to find the Beam teams. Those were like, I was 15. Those are the hot chase cards at the time.
Yep.
They had Scoring Kings.
I love Stadium Club. I miss Stadium Club, man. I wish there was a way that Stadium Club could come back. Those images were amazing. It was like a Sports Illustrated on a card.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Garnett, 98 Skybox Premium Slam Funk PSA 10. That's got to be a low pop card. Yikes. Okay.
Very low pop. It should say it in the description, but it's a low, very low pop. Those are tough. Those are very tough to grab in 10s. They're so soft on the acrylic card itself. So yeah.
Josh, almost like a white sparkle feel to it. You know what I mean? Like now the modern young kids, they like to collect the white sparkles or whatever.
That's right.
Are they called white sparkles? Yeah, white sparkles.
I think so. I don't think I've opened a new pack of cards in a long time, but
I haven't either. I bought my son a brand new box of Topps Chrome Soccer.
Oh, nice.
So I got to see what new cards look like. They're very shiny, Josh.
I bought Top Soccer too. Actually, my kids love soccer, so they're not as good as your kids, but they're.
Well, then we're gonna have to train a little bit harder. And then
I've shown them your videos. I show them your videos.
Listen. If my kids are losing to kids, Adam's kids up in Chicago, where you can only play soccer like 40 days in the whole year because it's too cold. If my kids are losing to y'all down here in this arid climate, right, this South American climate, I've got some explaining to do. There's no way I'm not letting my kids lose to yours.
Well, we have an indoor thing they go to.
That's true.
That's
cool. Indoor soccer is a blast to watch, and the kids
so much fun.
The kids love playing indoor soccer. Kevin Garnett, 04 Fleer Ultra Platinum Medallion. This is a die cut bad boy here. Serial number to 100. Great image. And he wasn't intense, was he? Another Chicago area kid, right? He's American Academy.
I saw him in high school. Yeah, I waited outside in the cold for an hour to watch him play in Deerfield in 1994. He was like a man among kids. He was dunking on everybody. He was amazing. He had a partner, a teammate, Ronnie Fields. There you go. He was better. Legend. He would have been an all-time great in NBA.
Yep. People still tell stories about Ronnie Fields, and he's mentioned with Benji Wilson. I don't know what it is about these Chicago kids where tragedies hit and they're the next great one. It happened to Rose a little bit later, but like Ronnie Fields, Benji Wilson, those guys, Chicago high school legends for sure. William Gates, your guy William Gates, right? He would have been a great player.
Such a great movie. Everyone should watch Hoop Dreams. But yeah, Gates was a fantastic.
Great movie. Two Kevin Garnetts right next to each other. This one I do recognize. This is the second year big men on court. 97 Z-Force big men on court with that lenticular surface. It's a BGS 8.5 copy there. That's going to go for an affordable number. That's a great set to collect because there's no slouches in big men on court.
Right.
Ultra Stars, you got Marcus Camby right here, PSA 9. It looks like he's upside down. I don't know what he's doing there. What's he doing?
He's dunking, but it looks like he's dunking like backwards to the rim.
I think he's doing a backflip, Josh. I think he's doing a backflip.
I think so. I never noticed that. Actually, it's a strange image. Or he's blocking it and just caught the rebound.
That's right. There's an Ultra Stars Gold, Marcus Camby. We'll move a little quicker. Gallery of Heroes. I didn't know anything about these cards until very recently, and somebody showed me a picture. They are really good-looking cards, man. These are gorgeous-looking cards. I don't think they're serial numbered, huh, Josh?
They're not, and they're awesome. They make them in baseball too. They're fantastic, and I think football. Right. They're fantastic cards. It's like stained glass. You hold them up, they look really neat.
Topps Gallery is an underrated product from the 90s in both baseball and basketball, in my opinion. I mean, there's the player's private issue, but these Gallery of Heroes are not. I don't think there's a Gallery of Heroes Jordan, and well, in fact, I know there's not.
There's
obviously,
not.
That would be a huge card,
monster card.
Yeah, monster card. The only Jordan stained glass card, right? That's how the seller would sell it.
Oh my God! Right.
My favorite hardwood leaders. There's a few years of hardwood leaders. This is far and away the best looking hardwood leaders out there. Shaquille O'Neal again. So if you're a Shaq collector, if you're a grade snob like me, and you want the best of the best, then 2 PSA 10 options for you to grab. We saw the Rockstars Refractor. Now we're looking at the hardwood leaders with Intense Shaq in the background. These cards in hand really pop. I've got the Jordan in a PSA 10. It's an amazing card in hand. And an undervalued insert, to be honest with you. It's not rare, but the card in PSA 10 is very rare.
It is hard to find
Kobe, what are we talking about? A 2012 Marquee Champions Kobe? I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that one of the early Panini cards. Again, walked up to us at the show and in the Chicago show in November, and we'll take it. It's Kobe in a 10. It's he's collectible, so it fits our whole scheme.
Pop 51, Josh, for that card right there. I wanted to look up this Shaq to see what this pop was. Pop 8.
8.
Okay, single digit pop. When you start talking about single digit pops of what we decided was the 5th most collected basketball player, pretty big card. Yeah. Here's another guy. It drives me crazy. That Marshall Faulk's cards are not worth more than they are. I don't understand it. He was, when I actually used to play fantasy football, when there was actually running backs that played every down in an NFL game. I know that sounds crazy. This guy here was just like, he rewrote the way the game is played. I remember watching him at San Diego State in college thinking, this is the best running back I've ever seen in my life. And then I found out he was from New Orleans, and I was like, holy hell, how did a kid this good out of New Orleans get away from my LSU Tigers and show up at San Diego State? He was a San Diego State Aztec. Who the hell is that?
Right.
Absolute monster. Leaf certified, 2-star mirror gold, PSA 9. Serial numbered to what? 11 out of 25. Wow.
Such a great set. That set is loaded. We sold a Orlando Pace in the last auction, and it's just I think they're awesome looking sets. There's a Tom Brady rookie in there that is pretty tough, to find. There's 25 of them. I think one sold a couple of years ago. Yeah.
You got some Moss. You got the aforementioned Barry Sanders. That's your one of a kind right there. So 98, one of a kind in the BGS 9.5 slab. Josh, BGS 9.5 or PSA 9? Which one are you taking? Generally speaking, not this card, just generally.
You know what? That's a good question. But to me, it depends on the card. Some cards look really, really sharp in that holder. And then some cards look really, really cool in the PSA 9 holder. I would probably, as a collector, I think whatever looks nicer.
Yeah.
And then, or whichever one is cheaper as a collector.
That's right. That's my deal. I'm like, I could talk myself into a mint 9 over a gem mint 9.5, but I could also talk myself the other way, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
And that Moss is great too. The Moss is only out of 25 as well. So it's
oh wow. So number 25. Bowman Chrome ran. I didn't even know they did Bowman Chrome way back then. What was the first year of Bowman Chrome football? What was the first year they started?
I knew you were going to ask me. I think it's 98. Might be 99.
Peyton has a Bowman Chrome rookie. I don't know anything about football.
Walter Payton or Peyton Manning?
The other Peyton, not the real one, the fake one, Peyton Manning.
He does have a Bowman rookie. I don't think he's got a gold. I've never seen a gold one out of 25.
Okay. Gold refractor here. Gold refractor, serial number 2. Yikes, 25 right there on the back. That is a big time Moss card.
He does have
top
a refractor.
3, only one higher. Hell, that's a big card right there. Moss is a collected dude. Moss is the Vince Carter of football. Now I know people are gonna say Moss is better than Vince Carter. Maybe Vince Carter was pretty freaking good, man.
Well, I mean, in the 90s, who were the better receivers? You had Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, and then maybe all the Bears guys were great.
Of course. Yeah, Curtis Conway. I would put Curtis Conway number 1.
He can't walk down the street.
And Willie Gault.
Willie Gault.
Carl Pickens is a stud. He was a really good number 1 wide receiver 1 for the Bengals when they didn't have any quarterbacks that could throw.
Nope.
12 out of 25. PSA 8 Skybox Thunder Super Rave.
Yeah.
We got a Merino serial number to 100 from Authentic. That's a die cut back when die cuts were the rage right there.
They still are for me, but interesting about these cards, something that I learned this. See how it's stamped? There was a bunch that were backdoored towards the end of, there was end of the 90s, and there's some handwritten ones as well. The handwritten ones were not pack pulled, and those were taken from the factory. So if you see a handwritten one, it was really like a leftover. So the stamp is what you want.
We want the stamped version, even though it's one of those deals where the numerator stamp doesn't match the denominator stamp. Like they're different, right? You can see it's clearly different, right? That was a pre-printed denominator.
Right.
Josh, the denominator is the big number on the right. The numerator is the number. Yeah.
See, again, why you're successful and I'm not.
So. That's right. I work with numbers more so than most. A Junior Seau is going to make an appearance in the January 90s auction. This is a wild ass looking card right here. 99 playoff momentum O's, 11 out of 25. A lot of low serial numbered stuff. Pop 2 of 2.
90s football is great. There's a Peyton Manning in that set. That's fantastic. The blue and a red.
Donovan McNabb, blast from the past right there. There's another Emmett. This is 2000 Bowman's Best, PSA 10. Another Emmett Encore sees the game, FX Gold, serial number to 250. We got Ryan Sandberg in here. I've got a buddy here in Baton Rouge who collects Ryan Sandberg. That reminds me, that Provisions looks like the basketball Provisions. Remember the Jordan Provisions? Where
Absolutely.
It looks like
those Provisions have taken off in the past year in the 10s like crazy. The ones with the black borders especially, because they're impossible to find in 10. So they have, and the pack's like $150 still. So you can go to your show, those guys that have like all the old packs.
Yeah. The only problem is when you pull them out, they will not look like this one. They will
Absolutely
be
not.
So off center, you will wonder, did they mean to have only 2 borders on this card?
Right.
What is that? Why is this card?
Right.
I can only see half of Ryan Sandberg's elbow.
Right.
The centering on those is rough. Let's just say that. We got a Brett Favre Rose 0 right here. Flair Showcase, not a legacy, but a Rose 0 nonetheless. A Griffey Jr. Silverscript. Okay, I'm sorry, Superscript. Yeah, the Silverscript's easy to find. Superscript is like Sasquatch City. Serial number to 25.
We sold the Superscript in our last auction in '98, where he's holding the trophy over his head at 25, and based on that, the customer, the consignor, wanted to consign it to us. So we're starting to get out there and we're establishing ourselves. So it's very nice to see that people recognizing it.
Look at this frequent flyer club. Oh wait, no, that's
awesome.
Not a frequent flyer club.
It's close enough.
It's close enough, right? It's the baseball version of frequent flyer club.
Yeah.
It's a gold frequent flyer club. Let's take Frank Thomas out of the equation. Is Barry Bonds the best baseball player that you've seen in your lifetime?
Absolutely. Unbelievable. Hands down. Ridiculous. Him or Robin Ventura, but I would say Barry Bonds.
Probably him. Probably one of those two.
It's a close call, but I would say Bonds by a little bit. I mean, he's amazing. Amazing.
Dude, he was very, very special, man.
Even before the juice, he was 40. He was an unbelievable person.
Yep. Frank Thomas, XPX Grand Finale.
Yes. Love Grand Finale. Baseball isn't numbered. Football is, and so is basketball. Baseball's not numbered.
Yeah, basketball. Now it's probably a good time to make sure you don't bid on any of the cards in your own auction. I'm assuming, correct?
I absolutely do not bid on any cards in my auction.
Okay, just making sure I'm throwing that out there. Laying the foundation, because when I see Frank Thomas, I know that you're gonna have that urge. No, but you probably got 7 of those anyway. So
they're in the exactly. I'm making more of them as we speak. So.
Larry Walker in here, brief moment of fame. Actually, he put up a buttload of home runs. Is he a Hall of Famer? He
is. He just got in a couple years ago.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because I know he played in Coors when Coors really meant something. Is there still a crazy inflated number for playing in color? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Interesting. Topps Gold Label home run face red missing serial number BGS9. Tell me about this paragraph.
So that set that year had players from
serial
the past.
Number 100.
What's that?
It's the basketball was serial number to 100. I guess the baseball, I would assume, should be, but this one looks like missing a serial number.
This one should have been 100. There are ones that are 100, 50, and 25.
Looks nothing like Griffey. Doesn't even look like
Griffey.
Him.
That looks like Roger Maris, actually. So
it looks just like Roger Maris on this.
So
card.
weird. So weird.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. Sammy Sosa Ultra Medallion, serial number to 100. Is he collectible, or is he like the black sheep of the hobby? Do people? The white sheep. Is he the white sheep of the hobby?
He is.
Have you seen pictures of Sammy Sosa lately?
He looks like a vampire.
He looks like an albino vampire? Should we bring up a picture of Sammy Sosa recently, or no? Should we not?
I mean, if it's a family episode, no, because it would give kids nightmares.
You know what? I'm already having trouble sleeping. I've got a little bit of a cold. I don't want to think about what the new Sammy Sosa looks like when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Nightmare fuel. He's coming back into the graces. I think as people get a little bit older, they kind of forget because McGuire is very collectible now.
Dude, I remember that home run race, and it was McGuire and Sosa. I even had my wife watching, and it was like, man, look, they were going for the record, right? And I think McGuire got there. They were neck and neck, left, Sosa, McGuire. And then McGuire went on a little barrage, and he hit like 6 or something. He left Sosa behind. He broke the record, and I think he broke the record in a game where they were playing the damn Cubs.
They were.
Okay. And there were still many games left after he broke the record, if I recall. A lot. Yeah. That was a memorable baseball season. I think that might have been the last baseball game I watched. We've got 2. I know what these are. These are essential credentials, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got a Randy Johnson, and then you got a Sammy Sosa. You got Sergei Fedorov, one of my favorite players from NHL hockey on Sega Genesis back in the day.
NHL 94, right?
Yeah.
So that's autographed too, out of 10, which is pretty tough on that card given the surface.
Oh wow, that's autograph. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Okay, yeah, we got.
And it's, I mean, we picked that up at the show in Toronto, the Expo last month. That, given that the Red Wings are the Blackhawks' sworn enemies, I secretly really liked Fedorov because he was really fun to watch, but I hated his guts. Yeah. And but it's an awesome card. But with passage of time, I still hate Detroit, but I can appreciate the skill of his game.
Was Fedorov better than Yzerman?
They're different positions, but I think Fedorov was very, very good.
How were they different positions?
Wasn't Fedorov I never paid attention to Detroit. I hated Detroit, but I think Yzerman was better overall. Fedorov had really good hands, and he dated Anna Kournikova.
Well, bonus to Fedorov.
So I think,
Pop 1 PSA 10, Josh. Pop 1 PSA 10. That's a rare card right there. Hockey collectors, get off your ass and go bid on that Fedorov card right there. It's at $225 for God's sakes. Josh, I got $225 in my gym socks right now, right? I can go get this. I mean, that's a Pop 1 10. Pavel Bure is going to come on to the party and want a black diamond run for the Cup serial number to 100. We're getting into the hockey section, so you're about to lose me. Mario Lemieux O-Pee-Chee, I recognize. We got another Gretzky O-Pee-Chee in here. Another Gretzky gold script.
So the Lemieux is not just an O-Pee-Chee card. It's in the box. It's pretty tough. It's not a regular card. It's a box bottom. So in 85, they had cards like in 4 on the bottom, and these were hand cut. The Lemieux is actually significantly hard to find. So even in a 4, it's you see. I mean, I think I went at the Expo in Toronto. I think I saw 2 of them. This was.
That's a pretty good hand cut job right there.
It is
a hand cut job.
Mine would have. Thank you for clarifying. I would have cut out the penguin if I was doing it.
Hand cut PSA 4. That is the harshest grade I've ever seen in my life. It's like they centered it perfectly with the scissors, man.
Yep.
What else do we have? We've got the Barry Sanders. We've got a box. It's a box of 97 Pinnacle low and high series.
Oh, yeah.
A box of Upper Deck Finite hobby sealed. More boxes. Skybox Thunder baseball from 98. The 2 box 95. Skybox in motion.
Mm-hmm. Then we got some later additions that came in. We got was that Torrey Holt rookie, which I think is pretty neat. The gold.
That is awesome. That's a color match, obviously. Torrey Holt was so fantastic, man. Subs are on the back. Josh, when I do my auction recaps, nothing pisses me off that when somebody tries to save $4 and not put subgrades on it. This is not somebody not putting subgrades. This is just old as hell, right? They used to put subs on the back.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, that's right. Some people will pay extra for these with the old school Beckett labels and subgrades. And I remember these cards, Josh. They've got these rivets. Like it looks like they're not perforated, right? They didn't tear from anything.
No.
But they've got the perforation edges right here, which is I think really, really cool. I think there's a Dirk Nowitzki finest gold that I remember seeing with those perforated edges, which really adds something to the card. And what are those serial number 2, Josh? Where is
100.
Where is
100.
it? Oh, it's 100.
Yeah.
I guess I could have read the description. Yeah,
it's okay.
And then Iverson, the year that people don't even know these exist, 98
Right.
triumvirate, not 97, 98.
Right.
The next year, these were really, really neat looking, I think, and they don't have nearly the value as the 97s, the originals, probably because MJ's not in the 98s.
Right. Absolutely.
But here's an Iverson Illuminator, and for those who don't know, luminescent, Illuminator's the big boy. Illuminator's the one with the crazy ass pack odds, which is why this is a pop 2, and there's only been 10 ever graded by PSA. We've got a Steve McNair. We've got a Frank Wycheck 1-of-1 masterpiece medallion.
Yeah.
And then we've got an actual, you're going a little outside the box here. Literally, this is a glossy photo autographed Allen Iverson glossy photo. Josh, how'd you come across this one in consignment?
One of our consigners called us. I think he had some other cards he wanted us to, he said, if we want to take it. And I said, sure, why not? Give it a shot. Give it a ride. The white check's really cool. I really like that. I love those gem masterpieces. I think they're really cool in any sport.
There's only so many, dude. There's only so many. Playing years ultra masterpieces. There's just not that many. And this one is like all the others. And this is what people love about it. The only 1-of-1 masterpiece. That's just so special and so unique. And I don't know. It's pretty cool. And Wycheck was a monster too, but the Oilers, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That's it, Josh. What else do we need to know? Tell me. Okay, so this auction ends this Sunday, January 5th. Go get your bids in. If people are not members, or they have to get a VIP card? What do they have to do? What if somebody's watching this video and they're like, I didn't even know this existed. How do I go bid on one of those cards? I really want that Opeachy Lemieux handcut.
So you go to 90sauctions.com and an account and register for an account, and then if you list you yourself as a reference. We ask for 2 references. One could be an eBay, just to, see who the person is in terms of being in the hobby. And so, protect our consigners, and we'll approve it, as soon as we get it in. You can register up through, I think, probably 3:00 on Sunday. So it gives us enough time, to process everything.
You don't want non-paying bidders, obviously. You do not want that. It's just more trouble for you because you got to go list it in the next auction. Y'all are doing these auctions, what, Josh, once a quarter?
Every quarter, trying to make it like a special thing. So
it's like you're doing all the work. Why in God's name would you want somebody not to pay? So your interests and my interests as a bidder are perfectly aligned. We want vetted bidders who are going to pay. What types of payment do you guys accept if they're a winning bidder on one of these cards, one of these 63 cards this Sunday?
Zelle, Venmo, PayPal. PayPal, we charge 3% fee on that, and that's we don't keep that. That's the PayPal fee.
Yeah, the goods and services fee.
Right, and credit card, check, bags of cash always work. But
what if bags of cash work for you? You're a criminal attorney, for God's sakes. Bags of cash probably preferred. What about Greek drachma?
Drachma, I think if they're still on the drachma, we would take it, but the exchange rate is probably a little.
What about gold bullion? I've always wondered what that was. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, just pieces of gold.
Just pieces of gold. I love the word bullion because there's also bullion cubes that people put in their soup, and I always wondered why is bullion can mean more than one thing. Apparently,
I thought it was a French Cajun thing. I was going to ask you.
I don't know. I should know what it is if I'm living down here, for God's sakes. We are area code neighbors now. We found that out. Okay, so Josh, this one ends this Sunday. Guys, go get registered, get your bids in. They will vet you. They will make sure that you're going to pay because that's what they want. They want all of 63 of these items to sell and get paid for because that's what their consigners want. That's what 90s Auctions wants, what Josh and John want. That's what all the buyers want as well. We don't want to be bidding against people that don't really intend to pay. So that's what the vetting process is for. I am bidding on 2 cards in this auction. I will not tell you which one. Okay. It's not the Ryan Sandberg. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. So you've got 62 other options to choose from. I am going to probably win both those cards. I'm just going to call my shot like Babe did. Josh, when's the next one after this? If it's quarterly, does that mean it's going to be February, March? March. Okay, so you're going a little bit sooner. Okay.
Maybe a little middle of March. 2 months. Yeah, well, probably end in April, but we'll begin like
March and early April. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Do your 90s auctions always end on Sundays?
Yes.
Okay. How long is the bidding window open? How long are your auctions generally open start to finish? When did this one open, I guess is what I'm asking.
2 to 3 weeks is usually our general span. We did 3 weeks this gen because it's going through the new year. So a little extra time for everybody.
Okay, good deal. Well, it's growing. People are starting to learn more about it. I'm doing everything I can to help promote it. And we wish you nothing but the best and success about it. I'll do a little recap video after the auction ends. We'll feature and we'll highlight some of these 63 cards. I'll pick a few of them. They're probably going to be Michael Jordan cards, but I'll find some others as well. And we'll do a nice little promo for that after, and draw a little bit more attention. And if anybody's got any questions, Josh is very, very easy to find. He's Midwest Vintage Cards on Instagram, or you can look up 90s Auctions on Instagram, or you can just hit him up on the website, or you can email him. The email is also on the website as well. Anything else, Josh? Any people may comment with questions or something like that, so make sure you read the comments to this. I am going to let this go on New Year's Day. So again, Happy New Year's to you and to everybody that's listening. And Josh, check the comments because people may have questions for you, and you can respond right in there.
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Josh, thanks for joining. Guys, thank you for watching. As always, keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.